I want to get married this year. But Yinka is not the woman I want. She sometimes comes to stay with my sister and I in the house. She's nice though. She does all the housework and stuff like that. She even has her way with my sister's children. There are some things about her which I don't like. She's manipulative and desperate. She also gives me the impression of a very possessive person, and I did not propose to her at any time. Everyone who saw her as my friend and liked her just assumed whatever they liked. She's not the future Mrs. Abiodun, period.
Olu, be there?
Yes, Nancy.
Come here. Where is Toby, your sister?
She's with me, mommy's room.
And have you put on your homework?
I've done mine, but Ola is still writing his homework.
Okay, you can go.
Thank you, Mom. Auntie, I finished doing my homework.
How do you expect me to see it from there now? Come close. Are you sure you did it well? I'm seeing 2 plus 2, 5 here. Are you sure 2 plus 2 is 5? 2 plus 2 is what? 4. I thought I saw 5 just now. Okay, it's 4. That's true.
Boy, how are you? How is it today? That's my boy. Yinka, where is the cufflinks I left in the breast pocket of this shirt? What's the matter? Is it because of the sweet and the biscuit you want to cry? Okay, don't worry, Yinka will give it back to you. It's yours. Okay, don't cry. Don't cry. Just make sense. Cheer up now. That's my boy.
So what do you mean by that?
Auntie, what I said is what I meant. I never at any point told you I want to get married to Yinka. When you first saw her, you just assumed and you liked her.
Hey! So it's now my fault. Did you at any time tell me otherwise when you noticed I assumed that? Or did you bring someone else to this house to correct that impression? Eh?
Auntie, it depends on how you look at it. Yinka and I, we are just close friends. And that has given me the opportunity to know her well.
So what has that got to do with Vision Brand?
Auntie, she's not the future Mrs. Abiodun. I have someone else I want to get married to.
You can't be serious.
And
you cannot be serious.
I'm very, very serious here. I'm very serious.
It is Yinka we know. And if you don't want any trouble, we're expecting you to get married to Yinka. Excuse me.
This is my life we're talking about here. The choice is all mine. I know one else's.
I'm Joshua James Easy, a presenter on this program, Decision. Reactions from millions of persons across Africa shows that the impact and effects of this program is being felt, such as, this is the program of the year. It is a tonic to my family. We waited for so long. Attest to the very fact that the program is beginning to readdress issues facing the roots, the foundation, upon which the human race is built, the family. The program Decision on TV is meant to readdress such issues from financial problem to social problem to premarital and post-marital problem. Decision on TV is our must-watch program for you and you and you and your family. Stay tuned.
Thank God for the program Decision on your TV. Yes, if you have been a regular viewer on this program, I want you to always use this avenue to share your problems. The decisions you want to take in life, we want you to send them to this program so that proper analysis will be given to you so that you won't take the wrong decision whenever you deem fit to make anyone. So at the end of this program, you are going to see the addresses on the screen. So you just send your problems or your decisions, put them into writing to the address that will be shown to you on the screen after this program. This is welcoming you to the program on TV, Decision. Don't forget that we are being faced with decisions every day of our life. And today, the story that you've just watched is titled Zero Proposal. Zero Proposal, you've seen what it's all about. And with me here in the studio, I have a mother, a father, a pastor, a minister to do justice to this talk. And I have sitting close to me, Pastor Mrs. Dele Bamigboye of Winners Chapel, mother and minister. She also handling a program on television in Ghana titled Binding Ties. Welcome to the program, madam.
Thank you.
Yeah. I also have a man of God close to her, Pastor Tony Arti, the senior pastor, Ruler Christian Center. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Hello, viewers.
Yes. Viewers, you watched the program, and now we want to deliberate on the story that you just watched. So, who should the couple get married to?
I want to thank God for this storyline, and that I'm going to use this opportunity to talk to a lot of young people, especially the ladies. From the story we have just watched, I don't think any woman should jump into conclusions based on assumptions. That because you're close to a guy or you go to his house and perform some duties doesn't actually make him your husband. As a matter of fact, I feel so sorry for Yinka. She's in a very, very tight corner right now, because right now she's going to be feeling deceived. She's going to be feeling very, very hot
And used.
But then I still do not blame the young man, Dapo, even though I have some problems with him I'm going to talk about much later in the course of this program. But then I think she put herself in that situation. It's a very sorry situation, but with time she's going to heal and get herself back together.
Does that mean that she's to be blamed in this situation?
Well, I think so, to a very good extent, yes, because she's an adult. She's not supposed to assume that the young man is going to get married to him. I have always been of the opinion that if two young people, a lady and a guy, are seeing each other, they should be able to define the relationship. If you as a lady finds a young man around you, pushing around you or hovering around you, you should be able to ask him. There is nothing wrong with that question. What is your intention? Why are you dancing around me? What's up? Why are you doing around me? It's very decent to ask. It will help you safeguard your heart. And if the young man is not saying anything, then don't attach yourself to him and don't tie your future around him. So I think to a very good extent, I put the blame on Yinka.
So, madam, what lesson should singers learn from this storyline?
Very important, especially girls. Like he said, never ever build a relationship on assumption. You never assume that someone wants to marry you simply because they're being nice, they're talking nicely to you, they've taken you to their family. That's not enough. It's absolutely not enough. You must never ever build a relationship on assumption. Secondly, you must also make sure that all your relationships are well defined. Make sure that you are not in a relationship that is aimless, directionless. You must make sure that whatever thing you think you have going in your heart for the other person, you must make sure that it is mutual. And the other person also, make sure that the other person has the same thoughts towards you. You must not ever think that because you feel this way about someone, then it means that automatically they feel the same way about you. That's the mistake Yinka made. Then you see, girls, I need to tell you this as well. When a guy feels that you are choking him, you choke him because you are all over him, doing stuff for him, you are there before he even calls you and everything. When a guy feels choked like that, he begins to wonder if there's a problem, if there's something you're trying to cover up. And before you know it, he'll begin to wonder, I must take it easy here. There must be a problem. And that's exactly what happened to Yinka here. Because you can imagine later on, this guy was saying, look, she's very possessive, she's this, she's difficult, she's that. Meanwhile, he's been using her to do all that he wanted to do. And she had been there at his beck and call. So girls, when you appear too desperate, when you choke a guy, when you don't let him pursue you, when you are the one who is extra aggressive, the guy becomes a little cautious because he just sends the signal to him that you're desperate, you're trying to cover up something, and you're probably not real. So those are a few lessons for singles.
Yes, we have been talking about Gab and Yinka. I believe the family of Gab have a role to play because they do see this girl, she comes to the house, helping domestic work, and Yinka believes that, okay, we are just friends. I believe the parents would have cautioned her or cautioned their son that this thing you are doing, what relationship do you have? So I wanted to talk on the part of the parents because many parents out there, they make these mistakes.
All right.
They make a lot of mistakes.
I agree with you. It's important for parents to monitor their children to the extent of knowing what's happening between them and the opposite sex, members of the opposite sex. For instance, you find some mothers find a guy coming to visit their daughters at home, gives their daughters gifts and stuff like that, and then they ask their daughter, what's up between you and this guy? And the girl says, oh, he's just my friend. Oh, there's nothing, he's just your friend, and he brings stuff to the house, he gives you money, he does this and that. Mothers should caution their daughters especially and let them know, please don't let your love be up for sale to the highest bidder. And you don't cheapen yourself, and then make sure that what is happening in your own heart is happening in the other person's heart. Make sure it's mutual so that you won't get burnt, so that you won't find yourself disappointed. Parents should please do this for their children so that their hearts won't be broken.
Yes, it's still the program Decision on TV. I've been speaking to Pastor Mrs. Dele Bamigboye of Winners Chapel. I'm so sorry I didn't pronounce that.
Bamboy.
Bamboy, thank you very much. So, that is our mother tongue. Of Winners Chapel, Warri, mother and a minister, and actually she has really told us that she's really a mother here. She's also handling a family program on her in Ghana titled Binding Ties. Thank you very much, Ma. You are really talking on this storyline. And also Pastor Tony Arti, the senior pastor of the Christian Center. Worry. We are doing it very well. All I want now is, how can we find solution to these things? Because if you go out there now, once you open your door, the next bachelor in your compound, no, it's not a matter of love. The next bachelor in your compound, maybe you see a lady that you know that is not married to her, will be washing his clothes or doing other things. Even though they've heard these things in television or radio, advices from parents and other things, they don't want to heed to read. So, as a man of God, what will you do in that situation?
Well, it's very sad, and I'm aware of the audience we are speaking with right now that we are not just talking to Christians. We are people who don't even know God. We are people who are in occult societies, atheists and all that. But then let's look at the moral values of young people. Never ever, I speak to every lady, never ever throw yourself at a guy. Once you start throwing yourself at a man, like Pastor Mrs. Mamboye said, he starts feeling choked. And it is so indecent to move into a man's house to wash his clothes. I mean, you know, I used to make some joke while teaching, most times on my singles program, that sometimes girls, they do transitional packing. They come to your house today and they forget their tie. And then they come tomorrow and they forget one of the bras. They purposely do it. They just start moving their things transitionally. It is wrong. It is very, very wrong. You see, for Dapo, my only problem with Dapo was, why was he allowing her come to the house, wash his clothes, do the things fiancés will do or married people will do, and he didn't have any feeling for her.
To marry her.
Because she's going to feel hot, she's going to feel used, and I'm not going to blame her for feeling that way. So I'm going to advise young men, if you don't intend to get into courtship, don't start a relationship of that nature. Don't start a relationship. Don't have somebody. For parents, I will advise parents, well, thank God, I am still a husband for now, will be a father very soon. I don't think I will allow my son's friend, who is a female, to come visit with him and spend the night in the house. As what? It is wrong. It is wrong. And then you make foolish jestings or jokes. This is your future wife, our Yahoo. Why did you not correct me then as your father when I was calling her our Yahoo? And now you are made, you want to get married, you are bringing another woman, and you say this one is not here. It's going to be hurting, but then I'm not going to advise him to marry the woman out of self-pity, or marry the woman because the very closest of his family wants him to marry her. I'm not going to advise him to do that. He should follow his will, he should follow his heart, but then there are a lot of things that we need to learn here. Yes,
yeah, and if I may add, this goes to single girls. Please don't make the mistake of giving a guy the privileges that only a married man should enjoy. I mean, why go to a man's sister's house and wash for them, cook for them, and do all that? No, wait until he marries you. You don't give him that privilege. That amounts to throwing yourself at him and not even valuing yourself. That's the first thing I want girls to know. And then, of course, it's important also for the guys to be sincere. When you notice, for instance, because these days the truth is that girls are becoming very aggressive. They are not waiting for the guys anymore. These days girls are getting very, very aggressive. But then if you think that this girl is getting it all wrong and is having some feelings for you that you know you do not share, just be truthful enough to let her know, I'm sorry I led you on. I'm sorry I gave you a wrong impression, but I think this thing is going beyond my own expectation. Can we just give each other some gap, because I'm seeing that what you think is really is not from my own, and be sincere and be truthful about it. And then, of course, see, when you're in a relationship with someone, you can see, for instance, from this story that Dapo was not sincere with what's her name again? Yinka. With Yinka, okay? Dapo and Yinka were not sincere with each other. When you're in a relationship with someone, hopefully you are making plans for the future. Hopefully you are talking about tomorrow. Hopefully you are getting to know each other better. There was nothing like this here. So that's, you see, proximity is not the same as intimacy. Right. That you are with someone or that you're close to someone, right. It does not mean that you are intimate with them or that they really have you at heart. Please stop making this mistake. Stop breaking your heart and throwing yourself around. Give yourself some respect and some space. Give the guy also a little space until after he has married you. Then you can go ahead and do all the chores, all the washing and shopping for him.
Okay. The decision is all about addressing and correcting issues within our immediate environment and beyond. So, madam, just a word of advice for Yinka. What would you advise her to do now? Because this program is all about decision.
Well, Yinka, this has happened already. I hope you have learned a big lesson from this. Don't insist that this guy marries you. Don't. Just pick up the pieces of your life, get out of his life honorably, learn a lesson from it, and don't throw your heart around the next time. Nobody should force you to marry him. Even his sister should not say you must marry him. Now that you know how he feels about you, graciously exit his life and trust God to bring the right person your way.
Thank you very much. You've been watching the program Decision on TV, and you've heard it all. Ladies, we want you to pick the right decision here. Don't forget that same station next week will still bring you another interesting storyline for you to go along with. I'm Mary Omo. Remain blessed and have a wonderful day.
Decision is open for sponsorship. For advert placements, call any of the number you'll see rolling on the screen of your TV. Decision is our must-watch program. Support it now. Meet us.